Welcome back to Improve with Joe. I am the son. To get started, it is January 12th, 2021. You have survived 11 days. You are going to survive the 12th because you got the word of the day. Flout. F-L-O-U-T. Flout. As into flout authority. This means to show contempt for and has nothing to do with flounce. Or flaunt. F-L-A-U-N-T. This is flout. F-L-O-U-T. Which means to display ostentatiously, even brazenly. Excuse me, confusion, that's flaunt. Flout means to show contempt for and has nothing to do with flounce. To show contempt for. Flout. Yeah, pretty simple. Alright, quote of the day. Something that I love. Another quote that is it's right there in my beliefs and systems and how I view life and how I view this channel and what I'm planning on doing and all of these good things moving into the future. By Pablo Picasso. Our goals can only be reached through a vehicle of a plan in which we must fervently believe and upon which we must vigorously act. There is no other route to success. Let's go ahead and break this down. I love this quote and I want to take the rest of this video just to break it down and talk about how you can use this to move forward, how we can all use this to move forward in the future. To start off, our goals. Not just my goals, not just your goals. What are our common truths? What are our common goals? What are our society's goals that we can all move forward together with? What are our goals? Our goals can only be reached through a vehicle of a plan. Not just a plan, a vehicle of a plan. This is Picasso. He's given imagery and visceral imagery, and so it's a vehicle of a plan. So what is the actionable, specific task-oriented plan that's going to be our vehicle for our goals? Our goals through a vehicle of a plan. Our goals can only be reached through a vehicle of a plan in which we must fervently believe. In which we must fervently believe. Not just believe, fervently. With extreme passion and exuberance and joy and passion. I've already said passion, but passion! Fervently. Another word of the day. Should have used that one. Our goals can only be reached through a vehicle of a plan in which we must fervently believe and upon which we must vigorously act. Okay, so we have our goals. We have our vehicle of a plan. We have our fervent belief. And now we must vigorously act. Not just make a choice, not just do something. Vigorously act. There is no other route to success. Now this definitive statement, there is no other route to success, is not something, I believe in. I think there's always multiple pathways, depending upon what your perspective is, what your background, what the skills are, how many people are working with you, all of those kind of details. But Pablo Picasso was not thinking about those specific details. Our goals can only be achieved through a vehicle of a plan in which we must fervently believe and upon which we must vigorously act. There is no other route to success. This is another one of those quotes that I want to get tattooed right across my freaking chest, or my back, or my legs, or my whatever. It's one of the quotes. Multiple quotes, probably. But yeah, seriously, you can take this for your normal life, for your daily life, any sort of your personal goals, your family goals, your community goals, or if you are a politically represented person, your constituents' goals. Like for me, I was listening today to the Atlanta City Council member meeting, and there was a lot of public comments about basically how Atlanta has a lot of streetcar racing, how there's an increase in crime, how protests there's been arrests from protests, which shouldn't have been, they shouldn't have been, they should have been protesting, they should not have been arrested for protesting. And then the third one is that there was a Atlanta City Detention Center, which was going to be closed down, and Keisha Lance Bottoms said it was going to be closed down, but then now another Fulton County police department, the head of the police department of the specific county, Fulton County, wants to buy that city detention center. And so it's like, why are you going to buy the detention center when there's overall less crime, even though there is an uptick this year? It might be a one-off year. We don't need another prison when it's already low capacity. So there's all these public comments and a pretty resounding agreement from the public comments. Granted, it seemed like it was kind of scripted, so it was like one agency kind of getting a bunch of people to call. So this is a lot of the back and forth dealing with these public comments and and actually engaging with the community, because there's probably more than just, this city council people calling. But given the assumption that they were, now I'm rambling. Basically, politics and engagement with the constituents that are in that area is a very tricky topic. Something I'm still going to have to learn and figure out how to do as well. This is part of it. But yeah, whether or not it's here, whether or not it's in Atlanta, whether or not it's in Georgia, whether or not it's Trump and Biden, whether or not it's just you and your family, figure out your goals, your plan, how that plan has a vehicle. Where's the vehicle? And then what you believe in, how are you going to act, and then know this is your plan, this is what I need to do. So again, I'll read it again just because I love it that much. Thank you so much for sticking around. Still figuring out this format and the channel and all that kind of stuff. The daily videos, daily motivational videos are here to stay. The format might change around over time, and the length, as you can tell, is shifting for each video. But our goals can only be achieved, can only be reached through a vehicle of a plan in which we must fervently believe and upon which we must vigorously act. There is no other route to success. Pablo Picasso. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for watching. Thank you for improving. And I'll see you in the next one.